right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 1248 on this beautiful Thursday evening in this beautiful month of May. We are so happy to have all of you on this day. It is a blessing to be here, sitting here. My name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over here at the study prep called KonaButterflyz, where we help you pass those Series 6, 63, 26, 65, Series 7s, and any other multiple choice exam questions, I feel. Tonight is our 30 minutes of free. It is kind of podcasty style, but we have a whole nother thing and whole nother level that we'll be talking about in a minute. But first off, I'm not the guy that you guys are coming here for. You're not here for me. You're here for Brandi. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, and 65, and that Series 7. So it's not like we just teach it because we can. It's more like she has them and she's qualified to do it. So that's your girl. That's your teacher. That is your instructor. And we're happy to have you guys here because tonight we are going to do what, Brandi?
Test taking techniques.
Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Just no 6 in a row, just basic. Are we doing securities questions tonight?
Well, I mean, they are securities questions.
Well, last time we mixed it up.
But we don't need content.
You don't need content.
Yeah.
You don't need content. So if you haven't studied yet, that's fine. If you've been studying, that's great. If you don't know if you want to study, that's also awesome. If you're taking a life exam and you're not here for the securities, that's also cool. If you're here to like study for any multiple choice question, you're going to learn something. Because the stuff we teach on these nights, on this little bit of free, is just a sample of what the process and what Brandi shows people how to do it. So many times people take these like test taking techniques or what we do here and they go, well, they're just showing people how to study without actually having to read anything. And you're not going to pass if you don't know how to like read. If you don't know the content, I just want to say that you do need to read.
Yes.
Literacy is important. And you do need to know some content, but the depths of the content is not, as my kids say, not that deep. It's not that deep, bro. Right?
Yes.
You got to keep it shallow. You just need to know the concepts. Then you just got to apply those techniques. And then look, even some of the stuff you teach you, it doesn't need to be, every single question you don't do. I mean, you do kind of, but every single question is not going to be a technique type question. Sometimes you're going to get ones that are automatically right just based on content, right? But we do show you how to read these questions, and we do show you how to approach it, much like if you're learning how to play baseball and how to bat. You got to know how to walk up to the plate. You know how to hold the bat. There's a whole thing in which we were teaching you how to address these questions and how to break them down systematically in a fashion that most of you have not learned. This weekend, we are heading into, we're getting ready for that summer months. We're heading up to where people are getting out of school. Some of you are parents that your kids are going to be home more often. You got all kinds of plans, vacations maybe. Maybe you got staycations with the gas prices, right? People might just put up like a picture of Hawaii in their living room. That's how I'm feeling right now. Put up a picture of Hawaii, and just turn all the phones on. No, whatever it is, we have all kinds of things happening this summer. Birthdays, maybe you got some quinceañeras, some weddings, maybe you got some, I don't know, the whole laundry list of stuff coming. And studying sometimes takes a back burner. Sometimes people go, you know what, I got all this other stuff, and I can literally give me any part of the year, any time of the year. I will tell you something someone has told to me on why they can't study and why it's a bad time in that period of time of year. Any month. And it's always something. It's always something. There's always something. There's always some reason. Always. And like we talked about, and we kind of hit on it last time, I was talking about time and, making it a priority. And then someone put in the chat, if it's a priority, then you'll make time for it. If you actually care about it, and you actually want to do it, then you'll make time for it. It's a fact. If you actually really want to do it, you'll do it. If you're having a hard time finding time to do it, you really don't want to do it. That's what you're saying. If you're really if some people are saying well, I work so many more hours and I do this, I got that going on. Look, if you really want it, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's people that we know, they study in any given part of their day. Brandi used to do this, do her quizzes while she was standing in line waiting for coffee. If she was standing in line waiting for the kids to get out of school, if she was waiting for an appointment, if she was waiting at the office for anything, any given time where she was standing, sitting, or had to wait longer than 5 minutes, she was doing a quiz every time. And then when she got home, she would take out the list of quizzes she did, and she would look at where her low areas were, and then she would go watch, read whatever the heck her studying part was, because we didn't have Kona then, so I know she wasn't watching the videos because that stuff sucked. And some of you guys watch those Kaplan videos, man, they suck. Brandi fell asleep every time; she couldn't do it. And so she was definitely not watching videos, but she would go through the information. She would look at where she was at, and then she would study in that area, take notes again, and do it again. And then every day she had like a list of quizzes she was going to do. So nothing was left to chance because time was limited and exactly knew exactly what she was going to hit every single time when there was a gap period of time. Every time. We were talking about bathroom. Look, if she was in the shower longer than 5 minutes, because they used to call it Calgon. What do they call it?
Calgon, take me away.
Yeah, that thing, that whole commercial,
Wow.
Calgon.
Like 80.
Yeah, but it's like two people on here probably remember that commercial. Anyways, Calgon, take me away, right? They like, sometimes people like to sit in the tub or they like to sit in the shower, like take a, hit the water, relax, kind of decompress a little bit. Brandi would be taking a quiz. And at the time, and we would actually have these little markers that you could write on the walls in the bathtub, in the bath area, because we had children that were under the age of 3 and 4, and they would write all over the walls when they were taking their bath. And Brandi would take the marker and actually write and take notes in the bathroom on the walls. She would write dry erase markers on our mirrors. She would write dry erase markers on our sliding glass doors. It looked like somebody who was going through some mental thing in our house. It was crazy if people like walked by or saw it because we were in an apartment. There's writing all over the windows and notes and crazy stuff going on. But whatever it was, made it interesting. That's what she did. That's how she stayed on it. So this weekend, while you're going through it and you're figuring it out, and you already got your homework from the last time, I told you to take an inventory of when all those little gaps of time were, and also where you were wasting your time or when you were spending your time. Just remember, you can fill that time with that 5 minutes of study and have that going on. But if you don't have a plan yet, and you're working a self study that's like Brandi had to work, it sucks. I'm just going to say that. If you find yourself just totally in a rut and you feel like you're not learning this stuff, or you feel like it's over your head the way it's being taught, or you're tired of reading 489 pages back and forth, or you're tired, or you don't know that these quizzes aren't, if they feel like these quizzes aren't going anywhere, or you feel like you just need some sort of stability, you need some sort of kind of like something to anchor to, we got you. Go check us out. Go scan the QR code. Get into our sessions. Guys, we make this accessible. We make this more personal. We're not a big old chat bot. We're not the big company over here. This is Brandi. She's here to help you. You just message her. She's going to talk to you in those live sessions, in the tutoring sessions, whatever it is on the Discord, or you text her, whatever ways we try to make ourselves accessible to give you that human experience, so that way you guys are talking to real people and really trying to like get this thing done. And in some of those tutoring sessions, Brandi will sit there and do a personalized plan with you. So, but we don't do that for free. So I'm just letting you know. But Brandi will spend the time, figure it out. So if you're having a hard time figuring out that studying, if you're having a hard time with your time, uh, utilize those one-on-one tutorings to figure out life. You know what I mean? With Brandi, and try to figure out a study plan with you. Try to figure out what works for you. She'll help you out with that. So we could always use those tutoring sessions for that. Um, Scan the QR code, hit the links. All the links are in there. We have books for sale: SIE 663, 2665. The SIE book, When Left in E form, not paper, but E form. You can click the videos in there. It'll give you a little bit of instruction. You just got to be a free member on the Patreon. All right, Kona community on the Discord, 951-290-3077. Give me a call, give me a text, or shoot me an email at KonaButterflyz@gmail.com. All right, what do we got going on? We have the big boot camp coming up on Monday. So just so you guys all know, this is how for reals we are about this boot camp. This boot camp is made for people. Speaking of time, this I like to call it the people's. This is the people's boot camp. Why? Because the people asked for this. They said, I need something that's like after work. I need it not too late, but I kind of need it later in the day. This is going to be 4 hours a day. for 4 days, Monday through Thursday. It is going to start at 4 p.m. and at 8 p.m. West Coast time. Check the hours up there. I have the schedules up there. I mean, I have the different time zones on the screen. So if you're not sure, that is on there. May 18th through the 21st. No live sessions, no studying brews next week. Brandi is just straight doing this. If you already have one-on-one tutoring sessions booked next week in the morning before this whole thing starts at 4 p.m. West Coast time, Brandi is still doing those. So if you already paid for your one-on-one tutorings, if you already have something in the books with her, that is still happening. So there you go. But we are doing the SIE Bootcamp all next week. I will have something going out for all our members to watch certain replays throughout the week, so that way you guys aren't left hanging. I've been doing that lately when we don't have a live session. I've been making it to where you guys have something to do or something to watch or some sort of plan or some sort of message, something to check in with your studying. I do that not to fill up your inbox, but to kind of keep you guys connected with us, and I keep you guys in the loop, motivated, positive mental attitude, and of course a little something to get in your studying, a little extra in your inbox over there in your email. So pay attention next week. If you're not in the SIE Bootcamp, we still have stuff going to your inbox and still something for you to do. So make sure that you pay attention to that. But we do have that SIE Bootcamp. This is going to be great. This is shaping up to be a really great bootcamp. I just want you to know we got a lot of people coming to this thing. So make sure to go ahead and scan that QR code. The cool thing about being on Zoom, sky's the limit. So we can fit as many people into this whole session. But SIE Bootcamp, we are doing a discount for you members. It does come with the book. So if you're thinking about purchasing our book and you're thinking about doing the bootcamp, don't buy the book because you will get the book included. And so that way you can watch those videos afterwards and get that content for studying. Brandi will be going over content. She's going to go over techniques. She's going to go over strategy. She's going to show you how to break it down like Charlie Brown. And then on top of it, she's going to show you how to elevate your scores with the information she just taught you. She's going to leave you with a what to do afterwards and leave you with a what to do so that way you guys know when you're ready to test and what you should be doing and what you should be looking out for. So this is not just like a casual content dumperoo where we just throw all this information at you and say, good luck, go take some quizzes now. And that's what some people do. That is not like that at all. And then some people are like, well, I don't want a bunch of people talking in there when I'm trying to learn. We don't do that either. Brandi mutes everybody as she goes through the information, but you can ask questions in certain spots. We do take breaks, and it really does have ability. So you guys can go ahead and ask questions in the chat, whatever. But we really try to keep it moving and then get through this information. So at the very least, if you're having a hard time, real difficult time getting through this stuff, this is going to be the boot camp for you, and you're going to love it. It's not going to be like the other ones. And if you ask other people, they're going to tell you it was very beneficial. And I always refer back to Manny, who went to Manny's team went to our last one. He sent 3 of his top people. All 3 of them passed. It was a 3 for 3. Yep. So we have really good response and really good results from these boot camps. So be there. If you haven't, scan the QR code, or you can hit the links that Brandi put in the chat. Our link tree has it in there. And so you can register from our link tree and when Brandi puts that link up in there, and you can go ahead and also get that QR code, and you can scan that on the screen, and you can go ahead and get registered. There you go. See, Sianya is a perfect example. Went to the Series 65 boot camp, and she was studying the 6, and she got the information she needed, not content-wise, but the techniques, the strategies, the what to do's, everything. So I'm telling you, guys, these boot camps are more than just content. It's great. So if you can be in there, it's a great way to get through that stuff. You don't have to be a member. There's no subscription required, but we do give you a discount if you are a part of our membership. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's get to it. Nothing to it but to get to it.
Oh, no content. These are all securities questions, but there's
anything you want to add about your boot camp?
I'm going to show you guys this. But this is just a small piece. Look, guys.
I like the way you put that. I'm going to show you this.
Yes, I'm going to show you. Okay. The boot camp is showing you how to do this at an obviously way more detailed scale. But I'm going to be real with you guys. These fun shortcuts that we're doing tonight, these are simply that. These are shortcuts. When we talk about our strategies to like how to pass multiple choice exams, that's what I go over. And then you're getting the content that you need to take the test. And then I'm showing you how to apply all of it. And these little things that we do tonight, these are just like bonus. This is like a 5 to 10% score jump just on doing this, right?
Right.
But I got everything else for you guys.
You got to practice it.
Yeah. And I got everything else for you. So I'm giving y'all everything that you need. You just need to practice.
Right.
All right. Practice makes perfect.
I feel like we make no bones about it. Like you have to do stuff on your own, guys. You do.
Yeah. Okay. So, in a question like this, where like I see a lot of words like municipal and I see a lot of words like securities, I'm going to focus on other words that could be what we call keywords. And I've got municipalities issuing. I've got the trading of securities, right? You guys see that trading of securities. I got the writing of securities rules and regulations, and I've got the underwriting of securities. So when I see something like this, B, C, and D are all about the security. Does that make sense? It's about the security itself. If you read that, trading of the security, writing of the rules and regulations to trade.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And A has actually issuing.
And this is talking about the muni itself.
Right.
So if you guys were paying attention to this one.
I mean, I don't know if I would have picked up on it was the muni itself, but I did notice that it was more about issuing it. I guess that would be what you're talking about.
Yeah.
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 I see that.
Okay. So this one's different. This one would be considered different. So then I looked into the question, and the question said, the Municipal Securities Rulemaking Board does not regulate the muni. It regulates the securities. But we already knew that going in because we already knew that A was the different answer choice.
Right. We always read answers first because that helps us read the question with intent.
Exactly. All right, boom. I got insurance company. I got bank. I got QIB. I got an accredited investor. Okay, so I got things and a person. See that?
What's QIB?
I don't know.
Is that like MIB?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Of course I know. Of course I know what QIB is, but I'm not gonna tell you guys that right now because it's unimportant.
Well, hey, I'm just like the average Joe. That's probably what somebody's on here going, do you know what a QIB is?
Actually, I'm glad you said that because why are we focusing on what we don't know? Because we haven't even looked at the question.
We have not.
So why don't we just focus on what we know? And
From second grade English.
exactly.
These are things, that's a person.
Don't get caught up in what's the QIB.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys ready? Which of the following could not be considered an institutional?
One that's not like the others?
Yeah. And plus, look, there's a title in the question, an institutional investor. And this is a different title than the question.
It's in the answer right there. An accredited investor.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not an institutional investor.
Thank you. Guys,
can't be an institutional investor if it's an accredited. They already said that.
Yeah. What's not institutional? The one that doesn't say institutional.
Yeah, it's like if let's just say A, B, and C were all ladies, and then D was a dude.
Exactly.
And it was all, hey, which one's not a lady?
There you go.
The dude.
Exactly. Boom, has a right, writes the contract, owns the contract, pays the premium. So I've got the contract and contract. These two are opposite of each other because I have the writer and the owner.
We always like a good opposite because 95% of the time it's going to be one of those.
Exactly. Now I'm going to look at the other answers to give me a clue. So which one do we circle? Which one do we cross off? Right? Because we have rights, we have owns.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so if you pay the premium, you're owning it.
Exactly. So this is what these two right here would be the same. Because if I pay the premium, I own the contract.
Right.
Period. Guys, think about your insurance on your phone, on your car, your life insurance, right? If you pay the premium, you own it. Now.
And has a right is a little too vague for me. Just because I'm not studying, so I don't know a right of what.
But if you own the contract, don't you have the right to use it?
That's true.
There you go. You pay it, you own it, you got the right. So that means, again,
B
is different. So not only is B different, but it's also opposite of C. So then we know that the answer
Just
is
logically, just common sense wise, whatever you want to call it, we've already eliminated 3 answer choices and we're left with one that could be the answer. And we haven't even looked at the question yet.
oh.
And look, do you know what the cool thing about this is, guys? This is a great thing because if you were going to guess anyway, because you didn't remember all that, because it's all like mind gymnastics when it comes to the test, because you know you're under pressure. You can't remember if you left the coffee maker on or the kids are got enough water before you left. I guess that would be the dogs. But you know what I mean. You don't know. You don't know. Can't think straight. You drank 64 ounces of Red Bull before you walked in. You know how it is, right, Brandy?
I do.
And, there you go. Got an answer.
Exactly. Magical things happen when we pay attention to words, not just content. Magical things like this. Don't just focus on words. I mean, don't just focus on content. Look at the words. It gives you a lot of hints.
Yeah, you don't need to be a genius at this stuff.
Just look at the words. All right. I've got explaining. I've got explaining. I'm like, ooh, okay, okay. Discussing, suggesting.
I know one thing. Suggesting is not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
I don't think so. Is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Funny. Did you guys see B? I don't know why I'm laughing at B. Explaining the relation between the outcome of the Super Bowl and the supermarket return, stock market returns.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
That's probably not a thing.
I don't know if it's a thing.
I mean, I'd like that. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm gonna pay attention this year. Anyways, I just looked at the question because that's like a lot of words on the screen.
Ooh, so suggesting would be recommendation, huh?
Exactly. Again.
I guess you can suggest, but you can't. What is it called? You can't tell somebody what to do. What is it called?
No, you can make a recommendation, but you can't force somebody to.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what I had in my head.
I hear what you're saying.
But it all made sense when I saw the question.
Exactly. So even if you go in going, nah, D seems weird, you can go to A. I mean, you can go to the question and go, oh, wait, a recommendation and suggesting.
Right.
And now you're not paying attention to like discussing the potential impact of political candidate on the markets. That's not a recommendation. You're just discussing. And yes, you definitely cannot guarantee. All right. I've got the OTC. I got an exchange. I got the pit and I got the third market.
OTC, you know me.
What's the pit?
It's a show on I think Netflix right now.
Wouldn't it be capitalized?
I don't know.
Isn't this where
Or is it on where's it on HBO? I don't know. It's on one of those streaming services. They called The Pit.
How about this is where Boba Fett gets thrown into?
No, it's called The Pit though. It happens in the ER in Pittsburgh.
Wow. Okay, that's deep.
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on here. So I'm gonna go look at the question. And it's talking about a central physical marketplace. What do we know? We know that on Wall Street,
It's an exchange.
there is a thing where there's a bull and a little girl that is in front of, and then they got an American flag on it.
There's a little girl?
Yeah, there's a little girl side like this.
Huh. Really?
Mm-hmm. And there's a bull.
What's the significance of the little girl, dude?
There is a story to that, but I can't remember. But guys, it's the New York Stock Exchange on Wall Street. Literally, the street is called Wall Street.
I mean, we went by it, but I didn't see the little girl.
Boom. 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 I know that one was a little deep, but when I think of a physical location of where they trade securities, my first thought is always the New York Stock Exchange.
Well, for me, marketplace and exchange are almost like the same thing.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's an exchange of goods. It's an exchange of money. It's an exchange of trading. Marketplace and exchange are the same thing.
That's good. Municipal securities representative, a municipal advisor, an investment advisor, or a market maker. Check this out.
Can I say this?
What?
That's the only one that I recognize that I know that is like wildly used like all the time in my life.
This is true.
Market maker, I know is a thing. I know municipal advisor probably a thing. I don't know if A is a thing, but man, everybody knows what an investment advisor is.
The two municipals in A and B.
It's a double dip in B.
Advisors in B and C.
So I guess what we're looking for is something in the question that says an advisor who municipals,
Advice to city government
which is municipalities.
of municipal. We knew the answer before we even saw the question. And then we just made the match. Oh, wait, I should go like this. There we go. There we go. Locked in. That was our last question.
We did it. We made it through. Woohoo! Guys, go take a quiz. Go lock in everything you saw right there. There's only one way to get good at this stuff. That's to just go do it. Make it part of your arsenal. Make it part of your repertoire. Make it part of the thing you do when you approach multiple choice questions. And it doesn't matter what kind of exam you're taking. You can break these things down all the same way. That's why people give us credit for the MLO. That's why they give us credit for some like what was the other one? Masters in business. We had some bachelor's degree teaching, a tattoo artist, a health uh some or other. Guys, there's people that really actually email us and tell us, "Hey, I used your strategies on whatever fill in the blank test and it works." I'm telling you, it works. It's a different way of looking at these multiple choice questions, and it makes it a lot easier for you to get to that right answer. And all we need to do is get to a right answer. It doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get that right answer and get that pass notice. So go ahead and go take those quizzes. Go and get yourself into those studying, figure out where your time's going, make every little minute count. Guys, if you really want it, you'll figure it out. You'll get it done. And for everybody, we'll see you after the boot camp next week. We'll be back with the studying brew. So we're not going to be on the studying brew next week because of the secure SIE bootcamp, and we'll catch up with you guys on the following week, right at the end of the month of May, right? Right into the month of June. Yeah, we'll be back for that. So until then, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PM. Everybody have a great week.
Thank you all so much for being on. We so super appreciate you guys. Practice these techniques. We will see y'all next time. Have a great one.